wala pa pong lumalabas na verifiable information as regards to how the TR to PR pathway will work. Hi, this is Lou, your immigration lawyer. Kamusta? So, marami tayong naririnig ngayon ng mga bali-balita, umuugong sa social media at kung saan-saan pa yung tungkol nga sa TR to PR pathway kasi marami nang nag-aabang ng balita tungkol dito. And right now, it is March 9. We are recording this on a Monday. Let's dissect kung ano yung information na available sa atin ngayon tungkol dito. Pero before we go into that, siguro bigyan natin ng konteksto kasi baka yung ilan sa inyo hindi alam kung ano itong TR to PR pathway. Bali, nagkaroon na po ng ganitong programa noon pa pero in-announce po itong pagbabalik ng TR to PR pathway nitong 2025 lamang, bandang November, nung inilatag ng Immigration Minister ang kanilang Immigration Levels Plan for 2026 to 2028. Kasi po normal po na every year nagte-table po ng report ang immigration sa House of Commons patungkol po sa estado ng immigration sa Canada at usually kasama din po dito ay ang Immigration Levels Plan. At mayroon pong insertion dun sa Immigration Levels Plan na sinasabi na meron ngang one-time TR to PR pathway na may 33,000 slots to transition high-skilled workers in Canada who are in Canada as temporary residents to become as permanent residents. So, anong sumototal nito? Well, basically, hindi natin alam kasi nga, while there have been TR to PR programs in the past, hanggang ngayon wala pang nilalabas na detalye ang Immigration Minister pati na rin ang IRCC patungkol sa pagpapatakbo ng tinatawag nga nilang TR to PR program. So in the absence of information, kumakalat po ang napakaraming marites. Marami po sa atin ang naghihintay ng balita dito. So iisa-isahin po natin yung mga bagay na narinig natin at gusto natin bigyan ng backgrounder at siguro warning na rin po sa mga potential scam dahil alam naman natin kung may absence of information, nagiging venue po ito at nagiging pagkakataon ng mga scammers at ng mga unscrupulous individuals dyan sa tabi-tabi na magkalat ng kung ano-anong balita para lang, just to make a quick buck. So, ang objective natin today is essentially to talk about the TR to PR program, what we know and what we reasonably expect, and ano ba yung mga obvious na mga red flag na nakikita natin sa social media. So, paano ba nagsimula itong TR to PR program? Well, balik po tayo ng Friday, March 6, kung saan po lumabas yung storya ng Toronto Star. Itong kaibigan nating si Nicholas Kong, isa pong batikang immigration beat journalist po, na naglabas ng storya na side interview po itong immigration minister natin. And for context po, napakahirap pong mahagilap na itong si Minister Diab in order to get information directly from her. So, medyo hinahabol talaga siya ng media pagdating sa immigration information. In that side interview na-mention nga na soft launch na daw and quote-unquote soft launch itong TR to PR since November. So, lahat ng mga immigration practitioners, pati mga experts, lahat kami na pa, saan? Kailan? Kasi wala namang inaano sa tong immigration. So, hanggat hindi kasi lumalabas ang detalye, ang program details, hindi tayo pwedeng kumilos. Pero syempre, pwede tayong mag-ascertain, pwede tayong mag-speculate kung ano yung mga normal requirements dahil hindi naman ito ang first TR to PR program na inilunsad ng Government of Canada. Pero ang tanong kasi nito, anong hugis ng TR to PR pathway? In the past kasi, ginawa na ng Canada na nag-draw sila sa express entry ng napakaraming invitations. Mahigit kumulang 20,000 slots yung kanilang ibinigay. Ang sumo total, sobrang baba ng cut-off scores dun sa express entry nga. At kung alam po ninyo express entry, great. Kung hindi po, meron po kaming video about express entry, nakalink po dito sa description. So, panoorin po ninyo yan. Ngayon, kung titingnan din natin yung ibang iteration or ibang forma ng TR to PR program, meron po noon na ginawang one time na may set of requirements at in-announce nila may separate platform at doon nga unahan, parang Hunger Games ang lumabas dahil nga there is only a given number of slots. Tapos syempre unahan yan, pabilisan sa computer. So dehado yung may mga malalaking pamilya, libawa more than 5 kayo. So ang dami, times 5 yung mga forms, di ba? So unahan. Syempre, mauuna yung mga mabibilis mag-type, maayos ang internet connection. Merong mga inequities dito but that's a subject for a different discussion. So siguro magandang balikan din natin kung ano ba talaga yung sinabi ni Minister Diab nung Friday nga, nung March 6. Binanggit niya na soft launch daw ito noong November 2025 pero walang detalye. Pero may dinagdag siya. Hindi daw siya in a position to tell us kung ano na daw ang nangyayari. So that's kind of, in my opinion, a little bit problematic kasi bakit mo sinabi kung hindi pa pala pwede? Pero yung importante sigurong i-take away natin dito, more details are coming daw in April. So today, as I said, it's March 9. Hinihintay natin ang detalye na to. Meron din silang commitment na maglalabas daw sila supposedly nung Friday ng statement. Walang lumabas. Ang kutob ko, medyo nagpapanik yung minister's office dahil di nila alam kung paano nila kukubrehin itong, I guess, pagkadulas, unfortunately, ni Minister Diab. Pero sa ngayon, i-expect natin, I think it's fair to expect na maglalabas sila ng statement in the interim at malamang in order to take advantage and to take control of the narrative again, kailangan nilang mag-launch ng program details sometime in April para masatisfy yung expectations ng public. Dahil ngayon parang ang mood ng publiko, ano ba talaga ito? At ang consequence, nakikita natin yung mga unscrupulous agents nga dyan sa tabi-tabi, kung ano-ano mga pinagsasasabi na generated ng ChatGPT na obvious naman na walang pinanggagalingan dahil wala naman kasi talagang program details na lumalabas hanggang sa ngayon. So, pwede nating tignan kung ano ba talaga ang itsura ng mga rumors. Ano ba yung mga verified? Ano yung mga hindi verified? So, the first one is, a new TR to PR style measure exists for 2026-2027. Ito pong taon na ito hanggang next year. So, this is verified information. Galing po ito sa Immigration Levels Plan na inilatag noong 2025. Wala naman pong nagdi-dispute niyan. Ang tanong po, anong itsura? Ang source po natin is yung budget, national budget po ng Canada na inilatag nga po noong 2025 November. Next, the cap or the volume is 33,000 slots. Verified. So ito po ang number na isinama po dun sa budget. As I said earlier, ito po ay nililatag sa Immigration Levels Plan. Ito po ay one-time program in order to assist temporary residents in Canada to transition to permanent residence. Next, it targets skilled workers in in-demand occupations. This is verified information. Kasama rin po itong impormasyon na ito doon sa budget. So kung curious po kayo, yung link po doon sa budget, isasama namin sa details dito sa video na ito. Next, rural workers and community workers are going to be targeted. This is verified information, guys. Kasama po ito doon sa budget at doon sa nilatag na Immigration Levels Plan. Next, the measure was publicly announced in November. Yes, this is verified information. As I said, ito pong budget noong 2025 ng current Liberal government, binanggit po nila sa kanilang Immigration Levels Plan na meron pong TR to PR pathway. So, pupunta naman tayo dun sa medyo pwede pero marites kasi walang basehan. So, isa-isahin natin sila. Details will be released in April 2026. So, these are words from Minister Diab herself. Ito po yung nakuha na marites, or balita actually, from our friend Nicholas Kong from the Toronto Star. On Friday, na-publish po siya March 6. Ang problema po natin, hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin pong department advisory na nagko-confirm na meron pong information about the program that will be coming out in April. These are the minister's words herself. So why am I classifying it as plausible but not really verified? It's because Minister Diab unfortunately has a reputation for saying something and then binabacktrack, hindi sigurado. So, mas mabuting hintayin natin yung advisory mismo ng department pag naklaro na with her team. So, right now, we can expect some information from IRCC at the very least to take control of the narrative and to control the matter kasi nga medyo nagkakagulo na po lalo na sa social media. You only need to look at TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, all the WhatsApp groups. Nagkakagulo na po unfortunately ang mga tao at nagsascramble na. So, sunod po, applications are currently being accepted through a hidden portal. Guys, wala pong hidden portal. And from a matter of procedural fairness, which is something that the government of Canada has to adhere to, hindi po nila po pwedeng gawin ito. Wala po tayong arbitrary governance in Canada, at least on paper. At makakasiguro kayo na kapag ginawa nito, yung mga kaibigan kong ibang abogado, sunod-sunod po kaming challenge ito sa korte. Dahil napaka-problematic po kung meron pong hidden portal na lumalabas. Nakikita po natin ito sa mga social media posts ng mga unscrupulous agents nga po. Wag po tayong basta-bastang papadala dito. Wag po tayong mag-act out of panic. Next. It will be a clone of the 2021 TR to PR pathway. So, ito po ay rumor. Ito po ay analogy. Hindi po ito verified. Wala pong information that it will look like this. So, marites po ito in my opinion. Pwede pong maging ganon, pero hanggat sa walang announcement as regards dun sa shape, form, and size ng programa, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na carbon copy ito nung 2021 TR to PR pathway. And guys, sidebar siguro, tignan natin, ano bang itsura ng 2021 TR to PR pathway? In-announce po ito 1 month before magbukas. In-announce po nila ito bandang April of 2021 na in 1 month's time, magbubukas po ang isang limited time TR to PR pathway in May. Tatanggap po ng applications, ilang libo pong applications ang tatanggapin ng skilled workers or mga international students. So, ang sumutotal nito, sa isang buong araw, naubos ang slots dun sa English part nung kanilang TR to PR program. And limited time po ito dahil hindi po inulit. And ito pong announcement ng 2025 during the budget, ang dami pong na-excite, ang dami pong nag-assume na magiging kapareho ng 2021. Pero kung titignan po ninyo yung detalye from the report, from the budget disclosures noong 2021, wala pong sinabi ang gobyerno na pareho po ito ng 2021. Yung gagawin nga po nila in 2026. So mahirap po na sabihin na kapareho ito ng 2021 yung mangyayari. Yung mga exact sectors daw para dito sa TR to PR pathway in 2026 ay nakafocus daw sa healthcare, trades, agriculture, transportation, hospitality, and care. So this is a rumor. It is extrapolation. And siguro yung pinanggagalingan nito pwede natin ibase dun sa category-based ROS ng express entry. Dahil alam naman natin na ito ang paraan para mag-telegraph ang Government of Canada kung ano ba yung mga prioridad. Ano ba yung mga priority sectors in Canada. Alam naman natin na madalas mag-draw ang Canada ng healthcare workers, madalas din na French speakers. And alam din natin na in the communities, marami ang nasa agriculture and trades. Pero alam natin, according to our labor market trends, ito po ang basehan kung ano ba talaga ang gagawin ng Government of Canada. Ito po yung scientific in a way, the closest thing you can get to a scientific extrapolation kung saan po ang tungo ng gobyerno ng Canada. So, yes, pwede siguro tayong mag-speculate in that regard, pero I will tell you, as of March 9, wala pa pong impormasyon na lumalabas tungkol dito. Next, it will be run through express entry or category-based ROS. Ito po ay napakalakas na trope ng rumor na umiikot po sa professional circles ng immigration, whether you're talking to immigration consultants or lawyers, lalo na po sa LinkedIn, na sabi nga daw ni Minister Diab, nagsimula na daw nga nung November 2025 yung soft launch ng TR to PR pathway. So ang pinanggagalingan nila since November, or rather end of November 2025, nakita natin ang daming Canadian experience class ROS under express entry. At sumutotal, dahan-dahang bumababa yung cut-off scores. So may iba na nag-iisip na hindi kaya ito yung paraan ng gobyerno in order to soft launch yung TR to PR pathway nga. And in a way, they're using existing programs and hindi siya nag-i-introduce ng shock sa sistema by creating, let's say, another pathway, tas mag-rush ang mga tao doon in order to make sure that they join the program. So, this is actually good speculation. It's a good extrapolation. And meron po itong basehan. Kasi noong 2021 din po, nung nagkaroon ng TR to PR pathway na pinag-usapan natin kanina, meron doon pong naging isa pang programa ang Canada. yung pong deep draw na express entry. Sidebar po, discussion po, ano po ba tong express entry deep draw noong 2021? Well, ang konteksto po nito, mga bandang December, November of 2020, ito pong Minister of Immigration at the time, si Marco Mendicino, reached out to stakeholders in Canada, including the Canadian Bar Association. So, ang presidente po ng Canadian Bar Association noon, nag-call out po sa membership, kami pong mga immigration lawyers, and asked for suggestions to assist the Government of Canada to meet their targets for permanent residents. Gawa nga na sarado ang international travel at the beginning of the pandemic. So, ang isa sa mga suggestions noon, palakasin pa ang pag-draw sa mga kandidato in express entry na nasa Canada pa. And then a few months later, nagulat na lang kami, isa po itong Sabado ng umaga sa Toronto, naalala ko po, na bigla na lang merong isang draw ng express entry na ginawa ng immigration. And it's out of the ordinary kasi po itong express entry normally middle of the week po yan mag-draw, usually Wednesday. So napaka-unusual po na Saturday morning may isang draw. At iba pa doon na napaka-importanteng detalye is more than 20,000 invitations were sent out, which resulted into a cut-off score of about 70s, in the line of 70s, 2 digits, in other words, as a cut-off score. So, ang daming sinwerte na nakakuha ng invitation to apply at that time. So, ito pong basehan ng speculation or extrapolation ng mga professionals, may basehan po. Next, it is meant to address the expiry cliff for temporary residents. And in fact, yours truly has been cited in news reports by the CBC na yun nga, meron pong about 2.1 million temporary residents in Canada at marami po sa kanila nahaharap na sa expiry ng kanilang mga permits in Canada. In fact, if we are to go by statistics released by immigration itself, there's supposedly around 300,000 PGWPs that are expiring in the month of March this year, 2026. So meron pong expiry cliff itong mga temporary residents. That's why there is a strong desire to keep those the talent pool essentially in Canada kasi sayang daw, but at the same time to prevent letting people to fall out of status kasi kapag nag-fall out of status sila, magiging enforcement problem din to sa government. So there is a motivation from the Government of Canada to continue to allow people to be in status kasi kapag enforcement po napakamahal po in order to remove temporary residents or foreign nationals rather who are no longer authorized to stay in Canada. So in other words, this is a program integrity move. At the end of the day, wala tayong detalye dito, kaya we will label this as Marites. Next, people without valid status will be eligible. This is unverified, this is a rumor. And if we go by previous iterations of the programs, yung TR to PR program nga noong 2021, pati na rin yung deep draw ng express entry in 2021, ito pong mga programa na ito, they required that you must be in status in Canada, whether you hold a valid permit or whether you are a valid temporary resident in Canada. So in other words, kung kayo may nasa maintained status or implied status formerly or you're waiting for your restoration, for example. Pero kailangan po nasa estado kayo kasi restoration not equals in status. So there's a gray area there. But again, this is Marites. Hindi natin sigurado to dahil wala naman talagang lumalabas pang program guidelines. Next and last, it is a program and they're already inviting people in secret. Guys, napakalaking procedural fairness red flag nito. Hindi gagawin ito ng immigration. Hindi po arbitrary ang ating immigration program, although sometimes we feel that it's unfair. But at the end of the day, if they do this, I can guarantee you na ang daming mga kaibigan ko na magsisimula ng mga pagdedemanda sa korte against the Government of Canada kapag ginawa nila to. They have sued for less. So I doubt very much that the Government of Canada will do this. So guys, so far ito yung mga Marites, ito yung mga verified, ito yung mga unverified. At inisa-isa nga natin itong mga ito para malaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung mga pwede nating paniwalaan, ano ba yung pwede nating sandalan kasi nga in an age or at a time na ang daming misinformation, especially on social media, tapos idagdag pa natin yung mga miscommunication, unfortunately, from the minister herself, ay kailangan natin bigyan ng reliable analysis, kumbaga, itong mga impormasyon na nakakarating sa atin. And in a way, we want to also help our kababayans kasi nga, ang dami na talagang nagtatanong. In fact, a few days ago, we posted on our socials na ayun nga, ang dami na naming inquiries about the TR to PR pathways. At siguro nga, ito yung last part na gusto kong puntahan. I want to put out an explicit warning, babala po sa mga kababayan natin kasi marami na po tayong nakikita ng mga unscrupulous individuals out there na humihingi na po ng bayad para ma-reserve na daw po yung slot nila, and they're presenting themselves as a fountain of accurate information na ito nga po ang requirements ng TR to PR pathway. Uulitin ko po, guys, wala pa pong lumalabas na verifiable information as regards to how the TR to PR pathway will work. Hindi pa po lumalabas ang mga requirements kung ano po ang kailangang mga papeles para sa programa na to. So guys, ito pong storya na to, evolving, developing, hindi po natin alam kung saan siya papunta. Ang pinakamaganda po natin gawin at this time, hintayin po natin na maglabas ng release, ng announcement, ang department po mismo kung ano ang mga requirements para sa TR to PR program. For now, hintayin natin. Pag lumabas po, you can be assured na hihimayin natin ang mga requirements para po mas lalong maintindihan natin sa lalong madaling panahon kung paano po natin magagamit itong pathway na ito para sa atin. Again, this is Lou, your immigration lawyer. I will see you at the next one. Take care.